Greetings, polyphonic.org. Nick Finzer here, coming to you today from Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. Happy New Year. I hope everyone had a great holiday season. And I want to get started with something that's really important to me for this vlog, which is goal setting. And because it's a new year, I always like to revisit and redo all of my goals. So I thought I would share a few things about that with all of you. As a freelancer and independent entrepreneur, it's really important to be able to have focused and deliberate ideas and plans to help you to achieve the success that you want in your field. So for me, I've made a habit of setting goals in different areas of my life. This means having personal goals, practice goals. Then without a full-time teacher now, I have to make sure I keep my playing on the right track to continue to improve. I like to have business goals, marketing goals, for my career, and also having goals for my nonprofit, the Institute for Creative Music. But let's just back up for 1 second. It's important to set goals, I think, because it helps to keep you focused. It helps you to assess what you're really trying to achieve. It creates a personal expectation and personal accountability for your plans and desired outcomes. I recently heard a quote from Bill Gates that really struck a chord with this. He said, most people overestimate what they can do in 1 year and underestimate what they can do in 10. So for me, it's important to really think about the length of your goals and whether it's going to be 1 month, 6 months, a year, 5 years, 10 years. So I thought I would just take the time to share a little bit of my process and thought it might inspire you to take action and pursue your own goal setting work. So to start, I think it's really important to actually write down things the old-fashioned way. A lot of people maybe they use their iPad, computer, whatever. I think it's really important to just use a pencil and a paper to write down your goals and all the things that I'm talking about today. To me, it has the same kind of connection as when you compose music on actual written paper and a piano versus when maybe that you use a keyboard and a computer. For me, there's a big difference, and I feel much more connected to what I'm doing when I'm using a pen and paper as opposed to the digital version. So when you're thinking about the goals you've had in the past, and if you have or have not met them, it's important to not have any judgment about not having done it, because we want to continue to move forward and not dwell on not having accomplished the things we thought we would in the previous time frame. So we're just going to move ahead and keep thinking about the future. So first, I always say to reflect on your goals from last year. Which ones did you achieve? Which ones didn't you achieve? And why didn't you achieve them? And is there a way that you can reassess them for the future? Change it around a little bit, change your expectation of what it means. So which of these goals can be carried over to next year? Then on different sheets of paper or in a notebook, I use a little notebook or a journal, and put the headings of your different kinds of goals: personal goals, business goals, professional, however you want to divide them up, family, friends, etc. So for me, over the course of a couple of days, I will just kind of brainstorm and kind of stream of consciousness, just write down a bunch of goals that I have, or things that I've been thinking about, just to keep track of it all. Don't worry too much about whether you think you can do all of them, because we're going to re-sort them later. Then I ask myself, which of these is feasible? Which of them is going to take multiple steps to get to? Which of these are going to be 5-year goals, 10-year goals, 1 month goals, 3 months goals, 6 months goals? I break them all down into different sections, and just right next to them I write, how long I think each one will take. Then you're going to want to write down how you view your future. I would say, where do you want to be in 1 year? Where do you want to be in 5 years? Where do you want to be in 10 years? And I write all those things down. That encompasses everything. But just when you think about where you want your life to be, whether it's you're thinking about your personal life or professional life, what does that look like in 5 years? So after you've sorted your goals, thought about where you want to be, then you're going to start with your most achievable goals and break them down into measurable chunks. It could be 2 parts, 5 parts, 10 parts. Doesn't matter. We just want to be able to get started on each one and have little markers along the way to help us keep motivated. It might take several years to complete, but at least we're on our way to getting those things finished. The next step is take time to reflect if that's weekly, monthly. Sometimes things are going to change during the course of the year, and you need to be able to adapt and change. So don't get too fixated on what you've written down in January as has to be completed by December. Maybe everything will be different by then, but I think it's important to allot time every month or every couple months to look at what you wrote down and edit and change it. And lastly, don't ever give up. Stick to your goals, even if they're the ones that you've edited, but don't give up. And I know it sounds like a lot of work to get all of this. It does take, a good deal of time to really think and jot down and break down your goals and try to make them as achievable as you can. But the more that you do it, the easier it'll be, and the easier it is to achieve them. Don't get too locked in or rigid with your goals. You're going to be flexible. So I hope this has been helpful and inspires you to find your own routines in goal setting. And I'd love to hear what you guys do in the comment section, or if you have any questions, comments about my process, please feel free to make a comment below or shoot me an email. You can find that on my website. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.